Welcome back. We have Renee Banks here from West Bridgewater.
I'm not even going to say your title because I'm going to get, so please tell us your title.
Yes, I am the first runner-up to Miss Massachusetts Outstanding Teen.
Wow,
See?
that's
Say that 10
wonderful.
times fast.
I know, I can't. Nope.
That is amazing. That is amazing.
Thank you.
How long have you been doing that?
Well, this is going to be my third year. I competed my first year when I was a freshman, and then I competed last year, and that was when I became the first runner-up. So I'm going back for my third year this year and hoping for the best.
Oh, wow. You will. You definitely have our vote. And viewers out there, you better vote for her too. But you are here because you have been such a huge supporter and a huge fan of Skin Talk, and for that we thank you so much.
Yeah.
And hearing of your story, and the outreach and support that you have been doing with melanoma awareness and education, please share that with us.
Yeah.
Yes, well, my platform for the Miss America's Outstanding Teen organization is called Melanoma Awareness, Educate, Demonstrate, Terminate. And so with that, I am able to promote melanoma awareness to in all different sorts of ways. And one thing that I do is I speak to children about sun safety. And so I have...
What kind of groups have you been able to speak to them?
I spoke to a Boy Scout troop, and I did a story time at the library.
Wow.
And I have some programs scheduled to teach with the Girl Scouts and
How do you think
with the
they
preschool
received
class.
The message?
It was the Boy Scouts especially they were actually learning about cancer in their Boy Scouts during the time, so that was really great because they kind of already knew what I was coming to talk to them about.
Right.
So.
Now, aside from having beautiful fair skin and red hair, which unfortunately makes us more prone to
do
melanoma,
I feel like
the Italian stepchild. Aside from that, what got you involved? Like, why did you choose melanoma?
Yes, well, in 2008, my grandfather passed away from melanoma, and
sorry.
Thank you. So I had never learned about melanoma in school. I had no idea. My first time hearing about it was when he passed away, and so I knew that something had to be done. Yes.
Wow, that's incredible. And that's such a point, like you were saying, it's important to note not educated in the school systems. I mean, but let me guess, you were educated about everything else, I'm sure, right? Not to smoke or drink and safe sex and all those things, but no safe skin education. We always say that on the show.
Yeah. Now, how was it in your school, or the friends that you hung out with, was the thing to do was to tan? Because I know in your, time, I don't know,
in my time? How old am I, for God's sake? Back in your day, when Abraham Lincoln was president.
I should talk because I'm probably like double your age.
So
but you know what I mean. So in school, what is the thing? Like, is it popular to be tan and be influenced to be tan? Because you and Megan are the same, from the same seed, exactly. So do you get that pressure of wanting to be tan, or does being in the pageants sort of help you keep balance to not want to tan?
Well, in school, lots of people tan, especially because it's junior year and prom is coming up, and so they find it so necessary to be tan. But I personally don't find much pressure in it. I don't think that you have to be tan to be attractive or anything.
So do you ever try to have the conversation? Do you have any friends who maybe have used the tanning booth and you go in and say,
because that's your thing.
Yeah, a lot of people talk about, I need to go tanning for prom, and I always say you should just get a spray tan or something.
And don't they realize, like, my biggest thing, if it's not so much even tanning your skin, but it's like it's like smoking. It's like anything. Like, you do it a few times, it's gonna hit you.
Yeah.
A few years down the road.
Kids don't think about that, do
they?
No,
not
that's
at all.
probably not what's the forefront. I mean, obviously we didn't think about that either.
Right.
But now that I'm double the age of you, and you look in the mirror. No, not double, but I'm teasing. But you think about that now when you're older. Right. But it's so damaging. It's so damaging to the skin. Well, it's just like talking to a smoker. It's like you can't convince them to stop smoking, realizing that they could get cancer or such. So
I feel like it's different though for smoking versus tanning, because tanning is more of a vanity thing.
Right.
Right. So people think they feel like they look thinner and healthier. And it's so incredible.
People just think they look better with a tan.
Don't they look at you and say, she's beautiful and she's got fair skin? But it's hard.
Pale is the new tan.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Of
Pale
course.
is the new tan. I love that.
I like that.
No, that's incredible.
So that's why I just try to get the mindset of, because obviously not being in the the school systems anymore, sort of what goes through their minds, and we speak in them, but it's different when we go in and talk to students.
Right.
Some of them are just very bold, some of them are shy, some of them have that guilt, but it's not like we're their peers. So it's a different take when you have somebody who's in with them, what's their take and what's their feel on it. So when you lost your grandfather, how old were you?
I was in 6th grade, so
how did you feel? Because obviously you said that you did not know of melanoma up until that point. What was going through your head at that young age?
I honestly don't even think I knew what was going on because I didn't know what melanoma was, and I don't even think I remember knowing how he died, except it was just cancer. And so after that, when I found out it was melanoma, and especially when I found out how preventable it is, that really gave me a lot of motivation to spread awareness of it.
That's the thing about melanoma, is it's so easily preventable, and if it's caught early enough, it's curable. And so it's hard to, be able to translate that message to people, because I'm sure, do you find that a lot of teens just think, oh, it's not going to happen to me?
Right, they think that when they're old and 65 years old, that's when they're going to get it, but it's not true anymore.
Is that the same for other behaviors as well, like drinking or smoking, or do you see that with other behaviors?
Yeah, they always think that, oh, I'm so young, I can do whatever I want, and I'll be fine.
Yeah, they do. I think we all feel like we're invincible. Like,
well, I certainly
nowadays I fall and I'm like, oh no,
my back.
Exactly. Oh, that's gonna set me back a week.
Oh my goodness. Now, in terms of the pageant stuff, how did you get up the courage to do that? Because that's got to be a little bit of pressure to get up on a stage in front of everyone.
Yeah, well, I used to be so shy when I was younger, and dance kind of brought me out of my shell. I joined the competition team, and it gave me a lot more confidence.
Is that your talent?
Yes,
dance?
I tap dance.
Oh,
yes.
Did we get to see a little show
I
after?
don't know. I don't have my tap shoes with me.
Next show, stay tuned. Renee Banks will be performing
live
as she's getting crowned.
So that dance helped you overcome the insecurity of being on stage.
Yeah, in my first year competing in Miss Massachusetts Outstanding Teen, I still was pretty shy, and then it wasn't until last year that I really just broke out of my shell and I blossomed.
And you got the opportunity to meet Miss America.
Yeah,
Miss America of what
state?
She's from New York. I went to Miss America's Outstanding Teen. I did a training program down there, and she was there, and I caught her on the way to dinner or something, and I found her. I was like, I need a picture.
To approach her to do that.
Oh,
that's awesome. I mean, and not only to do that and to get you out of shell, but I know that talking about melanoma in itself is a very sensitive subject. So
especially among this age group.
Yeah.
Because of the vanity issues.
Yes.
You can almost feel like you're attacking your friends, right?
Yeah.
When you bring it up. I mean, even when I was diagnosed in college, and when I came back from the surgery, having that conversation with my college friends to be like, we have to wear sunscreen, we have to get an umbrella when we go to the beach. They almost felt like, oh, stop.
And you were probably at that point so impacted by it, because I think when people first get diagnosed by it, they bubble themselves, and it's like, oh, the sun, and they don't have, it's hard to have a balance because it's just so traumatic as to what happens.
Right.
So any of your friends will be like, ah, you're crazy.
Do they ever think you're being preachy? Do they kind of roll their eyes at you?
Sometimes. I've scared a few of them, so.
Good. That's good.
I always say kiddingly, let's see who I can make pass out today. Because I always make someone pass out because I talk about my drainage tubes. That's funny.
A little bit of healthy fear never hurts.
Yeah, exactly. A little bit of healthy fear.
Well, it was so wonderful having you.
Thank you for having me.
We have something for you.
Don't have to open it now.
A little parting
gift.
Thank you.
That we give to all of our guests.
Thank you.
But it was an honor to have you.
Thank you for having me.
Your mission is very inspirational, extremely so. And our viewers out there, take note. Anybody, could stand up there and make a fight to be more of our warrior and be a part of our team. Yes. But we have Leanne coming up with a great guest, so don't go anywhere. You can't miss the segment. We'll be right back.